Hello, James Robertson here. Hey, listen, I just remembered something that happened to me years ago. I was 17 years old in high school, and I decided I wanted to join the track team. Well, I was just a little, 5'3", 120 pounds, but it wasn't too slow. I was pretty fast on my size. But anyway, I really wasn't on the first string or anything like that. Practicing along and doing the broad jump and trying to run, and not much experience because I wasn't even good enough to compete in any of the events. But anyhow, one of our star runners pulled a hamstring muscle and he couldn't run, so that kind of stepped me up a notch. So the coach said, "Taylor, I want you to go ahead and try the broad jump on this next meet." Well, I practiced for about a week, and I couldn't muster up anything. All I could do was jump about 15 feet and about 3 inches or so. And I thought, this is not going to go over too well because most everybody else is jumping 19, 20 feet. And I said, well, this is going to be embarrassing. So what I did was, the night before the meet, I was getting desperate. I happened to go to the library, and it didn't just happen. I went because I was desperate. So I found a book that has some information about the then world champion broad jumper. He jumped something like 29 feet, I think it was. Anyhow, he described in there a process about what it takes to be able to do a good jump. So I read, and I thought about it. I said, I've got to do exactly like the champion does, and maybe I can do a little bit better. So he described a process where you have to form an image in your mind about, instead of thinking about when you're jumping, trying to jump outward, you want to think in your mind that you want to jump straight up because you've already got the speed that you're running up to the board to jump. So I hardly slept a wink that night before the actual competition. All I could do was imagine in my mind of what the champion broad jumper said to do. So I just continually, most of the night, just formed images in my mind of myself going straight up in the air as I hit that board. That's all I knew how to do. So anyway, the event came the next day, and it was my turn to jump. Ran up to the board, made a jump, was trying to do what I was told to do, and lo and behold, I jumped 3 feet further than I had ever jumped before. I was totally blown away. And so the reason I'm telling you this is, since that time, over the years, I've come across a few books, and I'm sure most of you already know about these books, but this is just a little extra reminder. Hey, it really does work. I mean, the science of getting rich, Think and Grow Rich, Psycho-Cybernetics, there's a bunch of other books, Tony Robbins and others, all this good stuff about forming mental pictures about what we want to accomplish. And we can certainly apply that in our business today. Have a good day.